Hi there, I'm Jessica Lowell with 514 Photography. I am a wedding and portrait photographer in Northeast Georgia. I am also a photography educator and mentor. And today I'm going to talk to you about backing up your images and why it's important. But first, if you are running a photography business and you want help in your sales, in selling yourself, how to follow up with clients, what to say, and how to close the deal, you want to be on my insiders list for something I have coming up in just a couple of months. To get on that insiders list, all you have to do is click the link below for my free posing guide, and you will automatically be in my education community. So that's coming soon. I'm really excited about it. But now on to how I back up my images and why it's important. I use Photo Mechanic. When I come home from a session or from a wedding, I get all of my cards. Now from a session, I shoot 2 cameras, so I will have 2 SD cards. If I'm coming from a wedding, I'll have my SD cards plus my second photographer's SD cards. I have an SD card tower. They don't make them anymore, but they do make card readers that have multiple card readers. So I plug in all of my cards at once, and then I open Photo Mechanic. Photo Mechanic is an awesome culling software that allows you to view and tag images really fast. If you don't know what that is, you need to check it out and just hop back on YouTube, put in the search bar Photo Mechanic, and you will find tons of how-to videos on how to use it. I've been using it for over 6 years in my business, but the best part about Photo Mechanic is I'll open up Photo Mechanic and I'll have all 4 of my cards, or 5 or 2, highlighted, and then you can ingest your photos is what they call it. You'll go to ingest photo, and I will make a how-to video on how to do that. The great thing is you'll name your gallery of photos. So let's say Jack and Jill's engagement session, and then it will ask you where you want those raw files stored. So I pick a primary folder. My primary folder is always on iCloud. I use Mac, and if you are a Mac user, you know you have an option to save to the iCloud folder on your computer. And the great thing about saving to the iCloud folder on your computer is it stores a hard copy on your computer's hard drive, and it automatically backs anything up on that folder to iCloud, to the cloud. And then I have a second folder checked off in Photo Mechanic. You can check copy to a second destination, and that second destination is a portable hard drive that's right there connected to my computer as well. So I come home from a wedding, I plug in all my cards, I ingest all of my photos, and by the time I'm going to sleep or taking a shower or whatever you do when you get home from a session or a long wedding day, my photos simultaneously, while they are being ingested from Photo Mechanic, a raw file is getting copied to the portable hard drive, to the drive on my computer that's labeled iCloud, and that one is automatically backing up to my iCloud folder. So I have 3 copies of each raw file in a different place, all with just one ingest, all with just one action, just one piece of software does that. And then I can go to sleep. I think a little crazy, maybe, I don't know. But I can go to sleep knowing that if a tornado rips through my house in the middle of the night and wipes away all of my computer equipment and my portable hard drive, I do live in the Northeast Georgia mountains, we do get tornadoes, I know that it doesn't matter. All I'll have to do is replace my computer, log into my Apple account, and those iCloud photos will pop right back up. I know this works. I've had a hard drive failure before. And as soon as you sign into a new Apple device and you sign into iCloud, all of those files will start populating. The other cool thing is it syncs to all of my iDevices. So once my raw files are on my laptop, I can also open them on my iMac, and I can also open them on my iPhone. So I actually use my iCloud folder for way more than just raw file backup. Anything that's important, I save there. The other thing is if somebody breaks in your house and steals your laptop, or your house floods or whatever, you want to make sure, even if you don't use Apple and you don't use iCloud, there are a lot of great online sources. But before you go to bed on the day of your shoot, especially a wedding, you can't make that up. You can't reschedule and reshoot a wedding. Before you go to bed, all of your photos should already be backing up your raw files to Dropbox, to Google Drive. There's another program, Backblaze. I used Backblaze for a very short period of time. It's very well recommended in our industry, but for some reason, Backblaze was slowing down my computer. I turned off all of the possible options, and then I was getting a notice from Comcast, I have Xfinity internet, that I was overusing internet more than the average user, and they started charging me an extra $30 to $50 a month, all because Backblaze was constantly running in the background, and I had so many files because I shoot so many weddings, and those are such large files. So there's other options if you don't want to use iCloud, but it's very important because of all of the possible what ifs, right? They're more likely not going to happen. But just having a file on your computer and then saving your SD card in a folder somewhere or even a fireproof box is not enough. Before you go to bed, make sure raw files are copied to an online source such as iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive. There's plenty out there. And then you can sleep soundly, and you know that you've done everything you need to do to protect your clients' images. I hope that helped you today. Don't forget, if you really need help and you really want to hone in on selling yourself, you want to be on my insiders list, because mid-2022, I have something huge coming for you guys. I have a background in sales. I have been in sales for years, long before I was ever a wedding photographer or an entrepreneur. So I'm going to share a lot of my expertise, but in order to find out about that, you want to be on my insiders list. So click the link below, and I'll see you soon. Okay, so I have Photo Mechanic open right here. You can see in the top left-hand corner. I am going to click File, Ingest. I currently have, as you can see, 3 SD cards plugged into my SD card tower. So the cool thing about Photo Mechanic is I can ingest from all of my cards that are plugged in. So if you have multiple card readers plugged in, however many you have plugged in, you can ingest from all of those cards at once. So when I get home from a wedding, I usually have 4 cards. And then you can put in this box, you know, we'll put Jane Doe Wedding, let's say. So I have got, so in order to make the discs come up, you click discs, and that's why they're all showing here. Then over here is the destination. So when you, where you want them stored. So my primary destination, like I said, is always on my iCloud. Now I'm going to show you my iCloud. It has lots of folders. I pay the $10 a month to have extra storage. I store my personal documents there, and I store all of my imperative client and business documents and raw files until they are delivered as JPEGs. So I'm going to click primary destination, and you will see the lovely spinny wheel of death. I have all of these files. So these are current album designs that are being done. Excuse me, you hear my dog. Sneak peeks. This is my editor. Catalog backups. So if I'm working on a catalog and I'm like halfway through, I will save the whole catalog just in case something happens to my computer. All of my edits that I have already done are saved. And then JPEG finals, this is where I will export them to until I upload them to PicTime. These are where I store my catalogs as I'm working on them. And then this folder is always empty, but I have it there. Oh, that's where I experimented with Aftershoot once. I experimented with Aftershoot a couple of times. I think I've already talked about that on my YouTube channel. It just is not where I need it to be yet for weddings. And then my unculled. So this is where I store all of my raw images as soon as they come in. I have this folder called Unculled Raw Images. And then, so this is a client I shoot weekly, and then any of my sessions or weddings that were not yet delivered. So I click there, and then from there, it's going to create a new folder, whatever I name this, you see right here, in that folder. And then my secondary destination is I have a, a portable drive. And then I have the folders the same, labeled the same, 01 Unculled Raw Images. So by storing my photos in an iCloud folder and on a portable hard drive, this is actually making 3 copies of my raw images with one action. So it's going to a hard drive on my computer, because that's how my computer, my Mac, knows to save it to the cloud, which automatically gets backed up to iCloud because I chose the iCloud folder.
So that makes 2 copies, one to your hard drive, one to the cloud. And then my secondary destination is my portable hard drive. And that's it. So I would ingest this as Jane Doe wedding or whatever your session was, senior shoot, family session, whatever you name your images. A lot of these settings I've never had to once you click a lot of these settings, they just stay the same. So merge just to same destination, copy new photos only. That's important to me in case I forgot to format a card. We've all done that before. And then let's see, copy locked and unlocked photos, raw and non-raw photos. I only shoot in raw, but you know, every now and then somebody's camera gets reset or something happens and you might get JPEGs. I don't know. So this is important to have just in case you got a shooter that doesn't shoot in RAW, they shot in JPEG, whatever. This applies metadata, so if you have your camera settings to name your files or have metadata already programmed in on each file, you just have that checked. If you wanted to rename the ingested photos, I don't do this. I only rename my photos on export, so I don't click that. And then I've never clicked any of this, and that's it. Then I would hit ingest. And it literally starts ingesting. You can see your path here when it's done. I just stuck cards in here. I don't actually have anything to ingest right now, but this will tell you when all of the ingest is incomplete. It said they're all complete because these are all photos that are already in my library somewhere. So that's that. That is Photo Mechanic. That's how I ingest to 3 places with 1 action. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, sign up to be on my insiders list. I have some freebies. I have a posing guide I will link below in the YouTube notes. And then I also have my new sales related guide. It's the 3 questions I ask every consult to start off on a personable experience. Have a blessed day.